Hi everybody and good evening. Welcome to a brand new day here on HSN, and it is of course Mr. Andrew Lessman, Your Vitamins, our #1 selling, most highly reviewed brand ever here on the network. And with Valentine's Day already in the rearview mirror, time just keeps marching on. It seems to never stop, and sometimes it's hard to keep up, especially if we're not as agile as we used to be. Well, the man that truly never stops, Mr. Andrew Lessman, joins us tonight with our first today's special. Andrew, it's great to be with you.
Always a pleasure, Adam. Yes, it never stops. And out here in Southern California, it's been quite a crazy time these last few weeks.
Well, there's always something happening, and when we're distracted with all the craziness, sometimes we ignore ourselves, and we are truly the ones that suffer when we do.
And I think that's what you hear a great deal in the news. We get so captivated by the news, and the news is intentionally very captivating. And unfortunately, the more we get captivated by it, the more we find ourselves scrolling, the more we find ourselves just watching the news endlessly. We end up neglecting ourselves. And what hopefully this hour will be all about you and all about learning as much as you can, because what I always say, the clearest science when it comes to our health isn't about any specific magical ingredient. That's despite other companies trying to tell you they have magical ingredients. The most important thing you do for your health is just educate yourself, stimulate your curiosity. And the more curious you become, the more you learn, the more you'll embrace new things, the more you'll try new things, but try things that are going to be substantiated, supported by the science. And that's what we'll do in this hour. We'll talk about a few things, talk about our joints, talk about parts of our body that can truly affect the quality of our lives. And as we get older, none of us are going to be exempt. Our joints start talking to us, some of us at quite an early age, and they continue talking to us probably a bit more loudly and convincingly as we get older. We end up saying as we get older, if I would have known I was going to live this long, I would have taken better care of myself. And what we're talking about here with glucosamine, with chondroitin, ingredients that I introduced 46 years ago, and undenatured type 2 collagen, which you can add to my glucosamine and chondroitin for a fraction of their normal price, the world's best undenatured UC2, undenatured type 2 collagen. But you get the most established, the most proven ingredients, natural ingredients in terms of joint health. I'll read you quotes from medical journals that talk about doctors, that they should talk to doctors, telling them they should educate their patients that the first line of defense for joint health is glucosamine. It needs to be in the sulfate form. Unfortunately, most glucosamine is in the cheaper hydrochloride form, which doesn't deliver the same benefits. So if you want a product that has been time tested, my product has evolved over 46 years. I'm not aware of any company around today that introduced its first glucosamine and chondroitin product more than 45 years ago as I did. We were not a follower, we were a leader in terms of this, and we've always remained a leader in terms of the quality of the ingredient and the efficacy of the ingredient, and that's why the reviews on this product are almost perfect reviews.
Well, I follow the leader where Andrew's involved, and I can tell you I'm not the only one, with thousands of reviews and people that say, I feel the difference every day. That youthful elasticity, that flexibility is there. I want to show you the pricing. It is one of our great today's specials, and for today we have the best value, the best pricing of the entire year. 100, 300, 600, or the specialty 900 capsules. That's where the pricing will be when the today's special is over, and that's where the pricing is. This is the bulk powder option, which we all love that Andrew does. You can mix that in with your yogurt, maybe smoothies or oatmeal. A lot of folks love to do that. Again, there's the pricing there. Huge savings, all on FlexPay and free shipping and handling. And then of course there's the option with the UC2, just a little bit different. But Andrew, look at the savings. The 900 capsules is down from $309 and change to $169.
And if I'm not mistaken, whether you choose 900 capsules, which if you take 5 capsules per day is a 6-month supply. Many folks take 2 or 3 capsules a day, and it ends up being almost a year, either side of a year's supply. So when you add the UC2, which alone, a 6-month supply of this dosage of UC2 should be more like $100 or more. I think you'd have to check. I think it's about a $40 or a $50 difference. I think it's a $40 difference in the powder on the largest largest size. That's correct. So if you'd be getting the 180 capsules, 180 days of powder, or 900 capsules, that's 180 days of capsules, it's a $40 difference. So again, if you get it without UC2, it's going to be a $30 difference when you get the powder. So however you go, the savings is dramatic. We do this day once a year where we make more than 10 million capsules of this product, far more. And it's an opportunity to save. We can most efficiently purchase the raw materials, most efficiently make the product. And the savings we deliver today is something we do once per year. And again, if you want to get glucosamine and chondroitin from a company that's been doing it longer than anyone else, a company that can be trusted, and again, 90+% of the glucosamine and chondroitin that you'll see on the market, it's made by contract manufacturers. Most vitamin companies are just shells. They're not really vitamin companies. They're just marketing companies. They don't make anything. We make everything. And this is a product that we've made. This is a product that we've transformed the market with how we've gone about making it, from only using the sulfate form, from even our chondroitin having no sodium, being a calcium form of chondroitin, because we don't need more sodium. Even if we don't have hypertension, eat more sodium on your food if that's going to be your choice. You don't need it in a dietary supplement. So again, if you want the most proven, the most established path to supporting your joint health, it's glucosamine and chondroitin. We'll talk about turmeric in a moment. And as compelling as the science is on turmeric, it still is behind glucosamine and chondroitin. A monthly special we have are collagen peptides. We've been doing collagen peptides longer than anyone else. Our collagen peptides have to still take a back seat to the science on glucosamine and chondroitin. I have a chart here that talks about the science on glucosamine and chondroitin. And even if you look at something like aspirin, I believe there's more studies, maybe times 5 or 10, and when it comes to glucosamine and chondroitin in joint health, than aspirin and its implications for joint health. So needless to say, a well-established ingredient, and we deliver it in a form that will never upset your stomach, ultrafine powder, either in capsules or a bulk powder that you can now add with a smoothie or oatmeal or oat bran or yogurt, whatever you choose.
There's a lot of great today's specials that we're going to be presenting, which is why with only 7 minutes left, I encourage you, if you want to get in first, you obviously have the pick of all the great value sizes tonight. A lot of the things that Andrew just said really struck me. One of the things Andrew just said was that most vitamin companies don't make anything, yet we make everything. That matters. The quality, the consistency, the integrity, the credibility that Andrew Lessman and ProCaps brings is the very greatest in the industry. You cannot buy better. And when it comes to a product like this, you want to buy the finest, validated by science and the research, a product that Andrew introduced over 40 years ago. And Andrew, it is a product where we can talk all night long, but somebody has to try it to really start to understand the potential benefits.
Right. As I often say, when, especially I'll say this to my mom, when the bottle is a bottle of something that she wanted to try is sitting on the counter and it hasn't been opened, I love to tell her, you know, it's amazing. The product works much better when you actually take it. But being serious here, I won't say that. I'll say that to my mom, not anyone else. But that's a prerogative that a son has to talk to their mom, because that's what she used to say to me when I was a child. But when we look at a product like this, especially what's great about HSN, you can't do this at your supermarket or discount store. If you don't like the product, and 30 days is ample time to see if it works or not, you get to send it back. And if there's ever going to be a glucosamine and chondroitin product that will make a difference in your life, this is going to be it. I have no problem saying that these ingredients have been scientifically established. In creating this product, we make the product, we follow the science. When you go out on social media, it seems like everyone and their brother right now is talking about a new magical ingredient to do and this and that, and they're all just contract manufactured. They're shadow companies that they're marketing companies, and they're doing great things, really pretty social media, but they haven't manufactured a supplement in their life. So again, we are different. Our approach is different. And what I also wanted to do is we could talk about my product, but I think it's also important to dwell a little bit on the science. So even if you don't get my product, find the best glucosamine chondroitin in a capsule, in a powder, the sulfate form that you can, so at least you have the greatest opportunity to get the benefits. But if we look at the chart here to my right, these are going to be straight out of medical journals. Journal of the American Medical Association, an esteemed body. Clinical trials of glucosamine sulfate and chondroitin sulfate preparations in supporting joint health have demonstrated moderate to large beneficial effects. I think most of us would be happy to minimal to moderate, not moderate to large. Both glucosamine sulfate and chondroitin sulfate have been proven to be safe and effective in supporting the health of the joints. There's no worry of side effects, although recently there's been good research saying that it supports heart health as well. From the Journal of Family Practice, a combination of glucosamine and chondroitin should be considered viable first-line joint nutrients, joint support nutrients. Be sure to tell patients, this is a journal for doctors, to purchase glucosamine sulfate, not glucosamine hydrochloride. In all of my years, 46 years, we have only used glucosamine sulfate. It was only about 15 or 20 years ago that other folks jumped on the bandwagon. We've been doing this for 46 years. From current rheumatology reports, chondroitin sulfate has been shown to support joint structure. Chondroitin sulfate is a major component of connective tissue, including cartilage, bone, skin, ligaments, and tendons. So it's blood vessels, joint tissue. Glucosamine sulfate and chondroitin sulfate have been consistently shown to support the health of the joints, consistently. Chondroitin sulfate is effective in supporting the health of the joints on its own. However, it has also been shown to enhance glucosamine sulfate's joint support benefits. I have dozens of charts. A combination of glucosamine sulfate and chondroitin sulfate is synergistic because each possesses overlapping and unique functions for supporting the health of the joints and connective tissue. As I could keep going on here. This is the British Medical Journal in a National Health and Nutrition Examination. This is your home country. Regular use of glucosamine sulfate was associated with a statistically significant benefit to C-reactive protein concentrations, which is important for heart health. Habitual use of glucosamine supplement to relieve joint discomfort might also be related to maintaining healthy cardiovascular function. So that's a side effect of this wonderful ingredient. A recent study suggested that glucosamines had long-term structure-modifying effects, and that's what a lot of the research has shown, that when you actually look at x-rays, radiographs, when you look at the joint structure itself, you actually see the difference that these molecules make in structure. And again, as we know, function and structure are intimately related. So if you modify structure in a positive way, you benefit function in a positive way.
If you'd like to order two options tonight, obviously with our glucosamine and chondroitin, that's the regular pricing that you see in this column right here. If you order with the Today Special, the savings are huge, and that's why they only happen once a year. It's the economies of scale. Andrew brings it to us with more availability, more quantity, and really a sensational saving to be had. Up to 900 capsules, or the bulk powder is available, FlexPay, and of course, free shipping and handling. I will tell you, the best seller is going to be the glucosamine chondroitin with UC2, which is the additional layer of support that Andrew mentioned. And again, same quantities, a slightly different price, but Andrew, very popular, the option with the UC2.
Well, I would not consider taking glucosamine chondroitin without UC2. Of course, you can. It's a little bit more affordable. We make the UC2 very affordable. But UC2 has a different mechanism. Glucosamine and chondroitin are structural, functional, very easy to understand. UC2 plays a different role. It's kind of an immunomodulating role that your immune system actually plays a role in breaking down and maintaining joint tissue. And UC2 exerts a positive effect on how that immunomodulatory system functions, stimulating the synthesis of cartilage, stimulating the repair and maintenance of cartilage. So what you have is you have the structural molecules, the building blocks in terms of glucosamine and chondroitin. Then you have UC2 more or less stimulating in favor of an equilibrium of maintenance and repair and rebuilding of that cartilage. And that's a wonderful benefit of the two together. I think we're going to run out of time, but I'm just going to read some reviews really fast. Miracle vitamin supplement. I got Andrew Lessman's glucosamine 1500 with chondroitin 1200 from my 53-year-old husband who has been turning wrenches as an auto mechanic all his life. His body's experienced wear and tear over the years. He's not easily impressed by anything until taking this vitamin supplement. After taking this, his back, knees, shoulders, hands, ankles, and joints feel better. I'm grateful. From Angie in Illinois. Should have listened to Andrew long ago. I finally decided to try these after many, many years of using a popular drugstore brand. Most of them are in tablets, hard to digest, upset your stomach. They were somewhat helpful, but never like Andrew's are. After taking these for a short time, I can truthfully say they are remarkable. I notice more comfort than I have in years. I've started my hubby on these as well. I'm hopeful these are helping ease his back since he does not complain as much. I have happy knees. From Teddy in Texas. And one last one, Miracle Worker. I think it's the second one that said Miracle. This formula is great. It has helped me so much. I've discomfort in my left hip. It has really helped to ease the intensity by supporting the cartilage in my hips, back, and anywhere there is a need. I have more ease of movement with this formula. I was amazed at how it has helped me a couple of weeks after taking it. I suppose it would depend on the degree of need for the time it would take to help. I've recommended to friends who have ordered it already. But if we look at the top lines here, best on the market. Thank you, Andrew. Very pleased. Amazing product. I mean, it is a 21 customer for this product.
Wow.
21 year. You don't take it for 21 years unless it makes a difference. And it says, I don't honestly know what a joint issue feels like. They're 65 because I've never had one. After 21 years, starting at age 44 to age 65. It's an amazing product. It's not amazing because I make it. It's amazing because glucosamine and chondroitin have the structural role in our joint tissue, and if we deliver them to our body in the proper form, they can perform remarkable things on our behalf.
You know, they say information is power, and it's true. The more we know, the more educated decisions we can make. Thank you for all your orders on glucosamine and chondroitin. We're going to take that idea of information and showcase our next today's special, and that is turmeric. I learned a long time ago when I first came to HSN about turmeric. I wasn't particularly familiar with it, and then I heard people talking about it, and then I was introduced to Andrew's turmeric, which is the finest. And when you talk about benefits, just Google turmeric and you'll get a whole long list of benefits. It's been around obviously for centuries, and it continues to be red hot in the marketplace. But there is a difference, as always, between what you typically buy and what Andrew has on offer. Let me show you today's special pricing. This will be red hot because once a year Andrew does turmeric at this type of value. There's a 30, 60, 120, 240, or that 360 capsules. We are really excited that there is no change in price this year at all. Whereas so many things go up in price year on year, not this. That's where the pricing would be and will be when the today's special is over. Look at that, 360 capsules. That's $100 off, 5 flex pay and free shipping and handling. And Andrew, you talked about the liver and digestion and brain structure and soothing joints. There's a wide scope of benefits to turmeric.
Well, turmeric, you can take it for sort of one of two reasons. Typically, or 3 reasons. You could take it for its detoxifying role in terms of the liver. You can take it for its neuroprotective role in terms of the brain. Or I think the most popular reason for taking turmeric is the role it plays in our joints, the soothing role it plays in our joints. And again, when we look at those roles, the only way turmeric can have that benefit is if the turmeric can be absorbed from the digestive system. Unfortunately, turmeric spice contains very low quantities of beneficial compounds. The curcuminoids in turmeric are what are beneficial. Turmeric spice is about 1 or 2% curcuminoids, as I said, very low. The standardized extract of turmeric we use is 95% curcuminoids, almost 100%. So it's extremely high. But that, even as a 95% blend, would not be a good supplement unless we did something to it, because those 95% curcuminoids are not inherently well absorbed out of the digestive system. So you need to do something to make them well absorbed. Some companies use an ingredient called piperine, black pepper spice. Black pepper spice can have irritating effects in the digestive system. It can have an impact on what they call phase 1 or phase 2 metabolism in terms of how our liver metabolizes other drugs. The last thing we want to do is causing fallout or consequences to other things we're doing for our good health. The most logical, sensible, natural way, and why do I say natural? That in India, the way they very effectively make those curcuminoids available, because turmeric is a spice in India the way salt and pepper are a spice in America. The way they do it, when they cook with turmeric, especially when they make soups and stews and things like that, what happens? The curcuminoids in the turmeric naturally are combined with the fat in food. And when you look at the research and science, that natural complexing of curcuminoids with fat, and that's why those granules look larger than normal, because those granules are a little bit waxy because of the fat we combine them with. And what is the fat we use to combine them with? Phosphatidylcholine. What is the principal phospholipid in your liver? Phosphatidylcholine. What is the principal phospholipid in your brain? Phosphatidylcholine. And two of the sites of activity of turmeric and its curcuminoids, the liver and the brain. So again, it all makes sense when you follow Mother Nature's blueprint. It's remarkable how easy it is. It might be expensive to do, but how easy it is to develop a quality supplement. And when we do a Today Special like this, even the best turmeric supplement in the world becomes affordable. And again, I'll read some reviews in a moment on this product, but there's no better way to deliver turmeric than we're delivering it here. And if there were, I would simply change the product. We make the product. My only goal is to make the best product. And as we have done with this product, we have changed it over time to use the best complex of turmeric, its curcuminoids, and phosphatidylcholine to deliver you the greatest benefits from the most bioavailable source of turmeric in the world.
It's just never in doubt. It's never in question. With Andrew and ProCaps and his team, it's always moving. It's always evolving. And if something is better or newer or greater, or the science comes out following certain ingredients, then you know it's going to be in this product. Obviously, as we would expect, turmeric is just so popular. You can go to the health food store right now and see rows and rows and rows and various options of turmeric out there. Not one of them, I don't believe, can compare to what Andrew is delivering here. Price-wise, HSN is doing everything we can to make sure that you can get this at home and you can add this to your routine. I know many of you, like me, take a lot of Andrew's products. This is one that has really become a staple and foundational. It is a fantastic buy. The 360 caps would typically be $200. We are now down to 99 and change, so you're saving as much as you're spending. And I can tell you our team at HSN headquarters just let me know that the 360 caps is accounting for over 80% of all the orders. I do feel like that, Andrew. I think once you get into something that you love and that you feel the difference with, every year folks come back and replenish and really stock up.
Well, I think right now the largest size is 70% of our orders, and I would say that on any given day, 95% of the folks ordering are reordering product, and that's what makes me very proud. I'm only on television about once a month for a few hours, so all of those orders that are coming in 360 days a year, or all the days I'm not there, are orders that the product is selling, not me. It's the product that is convincing someone when they get this product home how truly unique the products are that we make, that they are designed to be the very best that you could find anywhere. And unlike the typical products you see on social media, that you see online, that you see in stores, sadly, they're all made by contract manufacturers. Nobody is willing to do the dirty work of making the best possible product they can. I don't think you could imagine most of the companies that we rely on, say if Ford decided to let Toyota make all their cars or something like that. It would be sort of unthinkable if Mercedes was now making BMW's cars or who knows what. But in the supplement industry, that's kind of what it is. Almost all of the supplements you see, even I was looking at a bottle the other day of One A Day, and One A Day on the back of the label, it said distributed by. And that to me says they're no longer manufacturing that bottle of product. They're simply distributing it, which just was sort of astounding to me, that even the biggest folks who at one time were manufacturing the most vitamins in the world have now just delegated to contract manufacturers. Yes, it is difficult to make vitamins, especially we make them additive free, we make them 100% pure, we make them completely uniquely from anyone else. That's difficult. But if I want to be able to offer you a product that's truly different, truly unique, and beneficial beyond the others, I need to do it myself. Otherwise, all I'm doing is slapping a label or having a label slapped on a product that's the same as everyone else.
But I think that, goes hand in hand with, so often in life, unfortunately, companies go the easy way. They go the easy route. Not necessarily the right way or the right route, but, the route that is, just the simplest one to go with. And the reality is we want to make sure that we're doing the most we can for our health and that we're doing the most we can for our body and we're spending our dollars wisely, right? We want to get the best bang for our buck. So in the world of turmeric, this is the one in terms of the potency, in terms of the power, in terms of giving you the stuff that we want and none of the stuff we don't want. It's right here. But Andrew, doesn't it also boil down to investment? A lot of these companies don't want to invest the money to do what ProCaps does.
Well, I think you hit the nail on the head, Adam, that it's just short-term thinking. If I was just all about the short term, I wouldn't have hundreds of thousands of square feet of manufacturing space with all the machines and all the warehouses and all of the production and the dehumidification and the environmental controls and the solar panels and all the things we do. I just rely on someone else to make a product. Right. But the product wouldn't be a good product. It would be an ordinary product. If I want to make an extraordinary product, unfortunately, or fortunately for me, I have to make an extraordinary effort. And what I've found, 35 years of doing this on TV, 46 years since I started my company, I've found that when I make that investment in quality, when I make that investment in doing things our way, doing it better and different than all those contract manufacturers that are just cranking out commodities. When we try to do it better, people notice. So that investment in the short term might seem crazy, but in the long term, it's the best thing any company can do. And unfortunately, a lot of American companies nowadays, they're just not willing to have the faith in the marketplace, have the faith in their customer to make that long-term investment in quality. It's all about taking shortcuts, and that's just not something that I was ever taught to do as a child by my parents, and it's certainly not something I'm going to do when it comes to making a product that directly affects your health. I'm going to make the very best product that is humanly possible. I use every tool that Mother Nature provides at my disposal, but it's the best product I could humanly make, which is why they change so often. I bet in my turmeric product alone that's been around for over 20 years, this is probably the 5th or 6th generation. We've been able to improve it, and the moment we can, we do.
And that brings us to a close on our turmeric. Already 2 today's specials in. If you'd like to place your order, obviously you can go online at hsn.com, the HSN mobile app. Heck, you can scan that QR code as well on your mobile phone, whichever way is easiest, but the value is incredible. Try it. I know you will love it. We're going to head over east to talk about something that is also important, very important. Life is so easy when we're young. So carefree, we do what we want, we can eat what we want, it feels like. And then, of course, as we get a little bit older, we start to worry about things, cholesterol levels. What's the doctor going to say? What's my checkup going to be like? Well, there is a product that Andrew brings us called Cholestercare, and it is a wonderfully received product. It is, of course, a natural product, but it's an effective natural formula that can help maintain healthy cholesterol levels. For today's special, let's take a look. The only day of the year where we do 1,000 capsules. So you talk about value for money, that speaks volumes. Andrew, $250 down to $99, saving $150.
This is always where I hope it becomes an opportunity for folks to try this product. Less than a dime a capsule for the plant sterols that even the Food and Drug Administration, amid many complaints from the pharmaceutical companies who made cholesterol-lowering drugs, the last thing they wanted was a dietary supplement with no side effects that could make a claim that sounded just like theirs. Lower your total cholesterol, lower your LDL cholesterol, that's the cholesterol that's associated with risk, and also, at the same time, reduce your risk of cardiovascular disease, of coronary heart disease. So that's an exciting claim to be able to made for a dietary supplement, a nutritional supplement. Normally, and this is despite companies violating this all the time on social media and on the internet, you can't make a disease claim. You can't make a disease treatment claim for a dietary supplement, for a nutritional supplement. It doesn't stop lots of companies from doing that, unfortunately, but every once in a while, there are exceptions carved out, like calcium and osteoporosis, or plant sterols, and reducing cholesterol. So this is an opportunity to make a profound difference in cholesterol if you're taking a cholesterol reducing drug, whether it's statin drugs. And if you're taking a statin drug, it's very important to take CoQ10, because statin drugs reduce your CoQ10 levels just as they very effectively reduce cholesterol levels. Statin drugs are HMG-CoA reductase inhibitors. There are the PCSK9 inhibitors, a new class of drugs. There's something called bempedoic acid. There's something called ezetimibe, Zetia. There's a whole range of cholesterol-lowering drugs. This works perfectly. It's sort of agnostic, works perfectly with all of them. It's incredibly affordable. You just take 2 capsules a day, divided between 2 meals. You can take as many as 4 or 5 capsules, but it's not going to give you that much more benefit. But you will get a substantial reduction in your LDL cholesterol, likely as well in your apolipoprotein B, which is a very important number to test as well. So it's an opportunity to make a difference naturally where none of us think we can. And again, those cholesterol-lowering drugs, most of them come with pretty significant or substantial side effects that could interfere with our taking them and deriving a benefit from them. So this is an opportunity to potentially reduce the amount of those medications you take or even lower them. There are a lot of folks out there that will tell you that cholesterol has nothing to do with heart disease, coronary artery disease. Unfortunately, that flies in the face. As much as I don't like to fan the flames of the pharmaceutical business and fuel their business, unfortunately, the atherogenesis, which is the creation of atherosclerotic plaque in our coronary arteries or in other arteries in our body, unfortunately, it requires apolipoprotein B, which is part of our LDL subfraction of cholesterol. So it's unavoidable. It does play a role. Do other things also play a critical role? Maintaining healthy blood pressure, maintaining healthy blood sugar, all of those things are absolutely critical. Reducing systemic inflammation, absolutely critical. But lowering our total and LDL cholesterol is unquestionably a critical aspect of managing our cardiovascular risk profile. And this is the most effective, natural way to do so. And what's wonderful, it works perfectly with any of the other methods you might be choosing and can often eliminate or reduce your dependence on them. Of course, talk to your doctor when you're going to be incorporating this into that regimen.
So we have a couple minutes left here, then we're going to move on to our other 3 or 4 today's specials. All of these are online at hsn.com. Most orders are coming through for the 500 capsules or the 1,000 capsules. And as you can see, you can double up tonight. Better than a buy one, get one. Normally 500 capsules is $159.90. You can double up to 1,000 for, $99 and change, which is why that is so hugely popular this evening. I would encourage you to give it a go. I know a lot of you have been with us for many, many years, and maybe some of you are joining us for the very first time. You cannot buy better, and that is why out of all the brands that you see on the network, Andrew Lessman ProCaps Vitamins is the #1. Not only in terms of just how many are sold, but more importantly, how it's reviewed, and that really means a lot. When it comes to this, and Andrew talks about the reality of life. Although it's naturally present in fruits and vegetables and grains, most of us are not eating adequate amounts to get the benefit. Andrew, it's the other way around. we're eating things that have these high levels of saturated fats and cholesterol, and obviously it's easy to go that way. We really need to focus in on what we can do to help.
Yeah, and a lot of folks will tell you that saturated fat, eating meat and things like that won't impact your cholesterol. It is true that most of what determines our cholesterol level, our endogenous cholesterol, is our endogenous synthesis. That's the synthesis in our liver. Others will tell you if your cholesterol gets too low, cholesterol is a critical part of your brain cells and brain structure. That's nonsense, because guess what? Your brain has the capacity to synthesize the cholesterol it needs, and that cholesterol external to the brain is not being delivered to the brain. So that's not a reason to worry about lower cholesterol levels. But again, it's inescapable that cholesterol plays a role in cardiovascular health. And again, saturated fat tends to stimulate the synthesis of cholesterol within our body. So that's why reducing red meat consumption, reducing sources of saturated fat can have a positive impact on your total cholesterol, your LDL cholesterol. Just going to read some charts here very quickly, give a little bit of information on plant sterols. Healthy diets, when combined with plant sterols, have the capacity to lower LDL cholesterol by 28 to 35%. Wow. So when you have the kind of diet that's going to be sort of a plant-centric, it doesn't have to be vegetarian or vegan, but a plant-centric diet that's high in fiber, you could lower LDL and total cholesterol by 28 to 35%. Cholesterol's structure is so similar to cholesterol that it can block up to 40% of cholesterol absorption. Diet is the cornerstone of any cholesterol reduction plan, and plant sterols are diet's most potent tool for cholesterol reduction. I think the one thing that the pharmaceutical companies have done a good job at is helping us think that diet and lifestyle play a secondary role in our cardiovascular risk. That couldn't be less true. It's up to us to really make the changes in diet and lifestyle. And if we need that other assistant, then we focus on that assistance with the help of our doctors. But as you can see here, the plant sterols help to lower total and LDL cholesterol levels and thereby help to reduce the risk of heart disease. Clinical studies indicate that just only 800 milligrams of phytosterols daily, 2 capsules of Cholesterol, can reduce LDL cholesterol 8 to 15% and even more when used in a fiber-rich diet, low in saturated fat and cholesterol. That was the 25 to 35% I spoke about previously. So it's an incredibly powerful natural tool. It's an incredibly affordable natural tool. 2 capsules a day is less than 20 cents a day. So it's incredibly affordable. It works perfectly with whatever medication or whatever regime you're engaging in to lower your total and lower your LDL cholesterol and lower your cardiovascular risk. That's what we're all targeting.
Call and ask for Cholesterol, and of course we'll get it right out to you. I know you always have our 30-day money-back return policy. Feel confident when you shop with HSN. We want you to feel empowered. And Andrew is in the business of empowering us. One of his recent introductions has become one of our fastest selling, biggest reviewed items in recent history, and that is the Secure Meal Replacement Bars. And if you've never seen these before, if you've never tasted these before, oh my gosh. I have one of the guys that works here, his name is Piper. He is lined up ready for me to open these so he can take another bar away home with him. Folks, these are the easiest way to have breakfast or lunch or a snack on the go. It's the easiest way if you are maybe looking to lose weight, if you're on a weight loss regimen. Andrew, real ingredients, the good stuff, not the bad stuff. And tonight we're offering the choice of the single serving or the double serving bar as a today's special.
You caught me with my mouth full. And when you look at these bars, they are delicious. And if you look at the bar on camera, they look like real food. So whether it might be, I was eating the chocolate peanut, that looks like the peanut butter. So you see real peanuts, you see real chocolate chips in there. It's absolutely delicious. What is amazing about the bars and what makes it truly a meal replacement bar is that it is rich in vitamins and minerals. It's 50 to 200% of all key vitamins. And so if you have that 60-gram bar, It's 100 to 400% of all vitamins. So it's richer in vitamins than the typical multivitamin you're going to see in a store. And of course, it's all the best forms of all of those vitamins, just as we make all our multivitamins. So it is unlike any product you're ever going to find. It's incredibly affordable as well. So when it comes to a meal replacement or a snack replacement, whether if you love peanut butter, you'll love the peanut butter chocolate chip. If you love chocolate, like a chocolate brownie, then this is a chocolate brownie with almonds, and you can actually see the almonds in it when we look at the bar here. I'm not sure if we have a camera here too. So there we go. Oh, there we go. We can see it on set with Adam. All right, that's the chocolate with almonds. So it's a real yummy chocolate brownie. It's absolutely delicious. I think of this product, over 60% of the reviews are 5-star reviews. Close to 90% of the reviews are positive reviews, 3, 4, and 5-star reviews. So some folks don't love them, but that's just, not everybody loves everything, but that's what's interesting about a food product. But when you see a product like this, low in calories, truly rich in nutrition, and that's what most folks ignore when they're making a bar. And again, most companies that make bars, I'd say probably when it comes to bars, 98% of them are made by contract manufacturers, maybe more, that the bars are all made by contract manufacturers. I couldn't have a manufacturer, find a manufacturer to make a bar the likes of this bar, so we had to bring the process in-house. So our bars are made entirely in-house. We have focused on the 3 flavors, the coconut almond cookie crunch, our chocolate almond brownie, and our peanut butter chocolate chip. They are remarkable, affordable, low in calories, low in sodium, low in sugar. It's the perfect meal replacement or snack bar.
I want you to see the difference between the 30-gram bar and the 60-gram bar. This is the single-serving bar, and then this one's the 2-serving bar. In terms of value for money, you get obviously a fantastic value if you go for the 2-serving bar. A lot of you love that. A lot of you love the single, and that's why Andrew made both available. I want to show you the pricing today. There are 12, 24 or 36 bars. That's where the pricing normally is. That's where the pricing is today. That's for the 30-gram. That's the single serving. And of course, slightly better.
So a little more than $1 a bar.
Yeah.
That's, Adam, a little more than $1 a bar.
And you compare that to other bars that you find out there that can be a fortune, and they just don't taste good. They're so dry, they're so horrible in terms of the mouthfeel and texture. So there again, you see the value and the opportunity. I would encourage anybody that tries wholesome, good for you bars, as it were, and doesn't like the taste to try these. We often talk about, I often talk about my son, who's a very picky eater. He has one of these in his lunchbox every single day. If he misses breakfast, he takes this with him. I have this every day when I come to work. I mean, Andrew, flavor, texture, it's not dry. Once you start, as Andrew's proving, you just can't stop eating it.
No,
you
it's
look
funny.
forward to it.
It's very funny you should say that. I thought I was just going to have a little bite at the start of the show. This is the last bite.
No such thing as a little bite.
And I love the chocolate brownie. What's interesting, I've never been a fan of peanut butter, but even the peanut butter chocolate chip is just a delicious, delicious bar. My favorite is the chocolate brownie almond. Second is the coconut almond cookie crunch with real coconut, again, real almonds.
Yes.
So you will fall in love with these. They are delicious, they are healthy, they are low in calories. They are non-GMO, of course. They're vegan if that happens to be something you focus on. They are gluten-free, they are dairy-free. So all the things you look at to determine the quality of a food, you do not have to worry about those things with these bars. And they're not calorically dense. But they are nutrient dense. It's just the opposite of all these ultra-processed foods that are focused on flavor and are calorically dense, but they're not nutrient dense. This is incredibly rich, probably the highest content of vitamins and minerals of any meal you'll eat every day.
And that's incredible to say, and it's absolutely the case. You feel good, you feel happy with yourself once you've had a bite of this and when you've had a bar of this. If you are traveling in the near future, you're running through the airport, you know, it's always not great food that's available. Take one of these with you in your purse or your pocket. If you're at work and you're doing a working lunch, put one of these in your drawer, but have some of these, because ultimately it's giving us what our body needs. Yes, rich in the vitamins and the minerals and the nutrients that we need, but we enjoy it because of the flavor. I do want to let you know, for those of us that find it hard to make a decision, because all three flavors are spectacular, and again, that's the peanut butter chocolate chip, the chocolate brownie almond crunch, and the coconut almond cookie crunch, there is a variety pack, and I would recommend the variety pack. You'll love all of them, I believe, but then when you have the variety pack, if you favor a certain one in the future, you can certainly order those. Andrew, this is a pretty recent addition to the lineup, and you must be thrilled with the response.
Very thrilled. We started it about, I think, a little over a year ago, and it was quite the undertaking, because obviously we deal with some of the same ingredients, of course, that make our vitamins and other supplements, but making a bar was an entirely new educational process in our manufacturing facility. And the bar line itself, I'm going to shoot some social media footage, and we'll shoot some social media footage of the bar line. But the bar line, I used to run the 100-meter dash. The bar line is basically 100 meters long. So think of a football field, and that's how long the line is that starts with the delivery of all the raw materials onto the line, the blending of them, the creating of a flat surface of all these bars, basically, and then they get cut into the constituent bars, and then they get wrapped. So that's basically almost 100 meters, 100 yards long. So it is quite an impressive operation. But again, if I wanted to make bars like these, they couldn't be made by one of the bar contract manufacturers, and there are just a handful of them that make all the bars. I mean, you can go to a store and see a dozen different bars on the store's shelves, and probably most of them are made by a handful of manufacturers.
As we move on to our next item, a bar of a different kind. This time, it's Fact, a soap-free cleansing bar. Now, in my spare time, when I'm not on air with you here at HSN, I like to think I'm a part-time Andrew Lessman ambassador who goes around preaching the benefits of all Andrew's products. And let me tell you, this is one you cannot get enough of. Andrew launched this. It is a cleansing bar you'll take with you into the shower, into the bath, and you can use it all over your body, and it is so good for your skin. I'm thrilled that it's available as a today's special. We have the original unscented, or we have the mint version, which is magnificent. Let me just quickly show you the pricing, and then we're going to explain why this is different. 3 bars, 6 bars, or 12 bars, that's the regular price. If you order today, look at this. Andrew, whether you have it in the shower, the bathroom, this is a cleansing bar, soap-free, unlike any other.
Well, one of the first things one should know about soap is it should never come in contact with your skin.
Right.
Soap is a highly alkaline, highly irritating ingredient. Soap is not natural, so all of the natural Castile soaps or natural soaps you see out there, soap is not natural. In fact, soap was one of the original industrial products, and many of the biggest industrial companies today got their start back in the 19th century making what? Soap. So soap is just, and many refer to soap as the original industrial product. It's harsh, it's irritating, it shouldn't come in contact with your skin. If a soap product ever feels good on your skin, it's because they've added other ingredients to compensate for all of the harmful nature of soap. Soap is inherently alkaline. What's fascinating about what Adam's doing there, and just seeing how, you know, any bar will suds, but Adam could get all the suds on his hands. And then think about doing this with soap. He could then drop the soap in there, not rinse his hands off, just wipe his hands off, and his hands will feel moisturized. If you did that with soap, you would feel like you had paste on your fingers. But you could do that with Fact, and you will feel as though your skin is moisturized, because our soap bar is almost 1/3 natural moisturizing oils. It is 4 ingredients: the mint product, you can add mint extract to it, is 5 ingredients. There's no reason to have a soap with 15 to 50 ingredients. There's no reason for soap bars to be $20 to $50, even though this is a custom bar using very expensive ingredients made in very low volumes. So again, there's nothing like this product. It's also the same exact pH as your skin, another reason why it feels good. And Adam, how do your hands feel after not even rinsing the soap off with all that suds? How do they feel?
Silky smooth, Andrew. I mean, really, everybody at home saw, I did not rinse off any of it. And you would never, ever know. You would touch my hand right now and say, geez, he's got soft hands. I bet he's never done a day's work in his life. They are that soft, Andrew.
and what's funny is I use it to shave. I use it to wash my hair. I use it to wash my hands. I use it to wash my face. And even what's funny is me, the person who developed the soap. Originally, I just used it on my hands. Then I figured, okay, it's so mild and natural. I know how it's made. I'll use it on my body. And then I think, maybe I'll try it to shave it. And then maybe I'll try to wash my hair. It's the only thing that sits in my shower now. So the bottles of shampoo or other ingredients, they're all gone. The only thing that sits in my shower is a bar of this soap. You will be astounded. Again, 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Prove me wrong, send it back. We'd love to keep the soap. But I think you will be blown away. And once again, this is something I've been working on. This is not some newfangled way to see if I could get into another business. Last thing I want to do. I just been looking at soap and surfactants because it's one of the most toxic burdens on our environment and on our bodies. I've been looking at that since the early 1990s when at QVC, I introduced a product called Fruit and Vegetable Safety Rinse. It was basically a soap ingredient that you could use to rinse in a non-toxic way, rinse your fruits and vegetables and remove the pesticides, herbicides, fungicides. That was the goal of that product. What I quickly learned is so many of the surfactants, the soaps, were toxic. So it was actually a very difficult product to make, but the research on that product is what gave rise to this product 35 years later. So there's nothing like it. I encourage you to try it. It's one of a kind. It truly is. The reason why it's spelled the way it is, it's the same pH as your skin. Soap is about a pH of 9, 10, 11, even as high as 12. It's so alkaline. Ours is 5.7, the same pH as your skin.
And that brings us to a close on fact. There's the original unscented, or of course the mint. I'm a big fan of the mint now. I think it's so fabulous. Again, it's not overpowering in any way, shape or form. You'll love that today. Special pricing is active. We are 8 minutes away from the end of this hour. We have a couple more things we want to share. One of them, of course, collagen, marine collagen, free-range collagen. This is a staple in our household, and I know many of yours. You talk about hot topics in the market. Collagen is most definitely a hot topic when you talk about skin, hair, joint health. A lot of people say that this is maybe one of the greatest beauty products that you could ever buy. But Andrew, once again, there is a difference between what you typically find and what you find with your collagen.
Yeah, most companies are offering collagen that comes from, I'm not sure what source, but again, collagen is something for it to deliver its benefits. It has to be made correctly. It has to be at the appropriate molecular size, and it has to be delivering the appropriate composition of amino acids. Our collagen comes from a company that's been doing it for more than a century. I've been doing collagen for almost 30 years. I'm not sure of any other company that I'm aware of that's been offering a collagen product for beauty and for joint health for as long as we have. And again, we offer product that comes from the company with the greatest experience. We have to go to Japan to get that ingredient. So it's something that if you want the benefits of collagen, typical collagen is not going to do that. It's not going to be balanced appropriately. It's not going to be delivered at its appropriate molecular weight. Collagen is a very complex ingredient to deliver correctly. That's the reason why this product is so well reviewed. Our negative reviews come from the past when our product didn't taste so good when you mixed it with water. But again, it might not taste perfect. Today it tastes much, much better, but there's no flavor, no sugar. It is pure collagen, and it is for pure collagen. It is remarkably neutral tasting, remarkably soluble, and it's the best collagen you're going to find anywhere.
I do want to show you something shocking, and that is the incredible value that we've got for February. February for our collagen, free range or marine. I'm going to focus on marine for a second. That is the most popular choice. 30 through 240 servings, $223 versus $99.90, saving more than you're spending. And Andrew, when you talk about how much to use, you have to talk about that versus what you can buy in the stores and their directions.
And when you're buying in the stores, I mean, these are, again, contract manufacturers who probably 5 or 10 years ago never heard of collagen peptides in their lives. And all of a sudden they're hearing, and a lot of it's my fault, I talk about it on TV for decades. And the next thing you know, folks are at their stores asking for collagen peptides. And next thing you know, it's in the catalog list, the product list of dozens of contract manufacturers who are now making it for hundreds of folks. In fact, it was really disturbing. And in social media, I'll do some posts on this. I don't have time to do this on TV, but when folks, there was a collagen peptide product, and the first 5 minutes of the product, it seemed all they talked about was arthritis, arthritis, arthritis. Right. Collagen is not a drug to treat arthritis. Collagen peptides are a critical structural component to our joints, but it is not a drug to treat arthritis. And when a company positions it that way, it lets you know their lack of integrity and lack of ethics. It's just like a broccoli product, a sulforaphane product that I see sold online that talks about cancer and breast cancer and killing cancer cells in a laboratory. You don't have to talk about cancer and treating or preventing cancer to sell a dietary supplement. It is inherently manipulative, deceptive, and unethical. So again, and I often have to apologize for talking about my products in such an understated fashion, but that's the only fair way to do so. So don't misjudge my products as being inferior because I don't claim they do some miraculous miracle things. Of their type, they are the best product I can make. The folks who are making those crazy claims, they make nothing but crazy claims. They're not making that broccoli ingredient. They're not making that collagen peptide.
In a world full of hype, it's always refreshing to have somebody just tell you the truth and say it as it is. And hallelujah for that. Well, with that being said, we have one last item that we want to share with you. And I know for so many of us, it is bitterly cold outside. It is freezing. And we feel the effects. Our skin is dry and we feel all wrinkly. Have you heard of phytoceramides? Because if you haven't, you need to stay with Andrew and I. Phytoceramides continue to be such a wonderful selection, especially at this time of year when there is cold, dry weather and we feel dry and we feel irritated. Take a look at the special February pricing, 30 through 360 capsules. That's where the pricing normally is. And if you're ordering today, that's the pricing that we are really proud to be able to offer. FlexPay and, of course, free shipping and handling. Andrew, in the wintertime, phytoceramides seem to take on a life of their own, but also it's an all-season, every month of the year product.
And unfortunately, this year, my mistake, normally we have phytoceramides as a winter special. And maybe next month we'll do it as a monthly special again. It's kind of my bad. We neglected to do that. The reason we've done it as a winter special for the last few years is because we often think of phytoceramides as being great for the skin, moisturizing for the skin, which they are amazing. Whether you have your elbows, your heels, wherever it might be that's a trouble spot that you notice dry skin, dry, irritated skin. Delivering this moisturizing, this moisture-conserving, moisture-preserving molecule to your skin can make an enormous difference. But we often overlook the fact that our eyes, our sinuses, our nasal passages, our airway, our mouth, they also rely on phytoceramides. And during the winter, when we heat our homes, it's already so low humidity outside. Even if it's snowing outside, it might sound counterintuitive, it's still dry. And you heat that outside air, the relative humidity goes down to zero. So it just sucks the moisture out of our bodies. And at night, when we're sleeping in that air, a humidifier is a great thing to add to our bedroom. But when we sleep in that air, we really need to give our body all the support we can in keeping our sinuses, our nose, our airways moist. That's how we keep them healthy. That's how they have their best barrier properties. So again, my apologies for not doing a winter special, but this is the next best pricing of the year, almost as good as a today's special. So it's an opportunity to get a product that can make a profound difference in the texture, the beauty, the radiance of your skin in the winter throughout the year, but also in those other areas that become problematic this time of year.
And it's from the inside out. You know, they say it's what's on the inside that counts. With phytoceramides, that's exactly what it's targeting. Andrew, it's never enough time. I hear you're back at noon later today?
Noon, yes, 9 o'clock on the West Coast here, noon on the East Coast tomorrow. I'll be back with all our Today specials.
And then I will be back with you for the big close. Andrew, from everybody here in St. Petersburg, thank you so much, my friend, and we'll see you later on.
My pleasure. My pleasure. See you tomorrow, Adam.
Thanks, Andrew.
Good night, everyone.
And thank you for shopping with us. If you do want to get your phytoceramides and, of course, the amazing monthly special that we had on our Marina free-range collagen, or indeed any of the today's specials, then call us, go online at hsn.com, and stay with us through the night. If you're joining Andrew and I a little bit later than normal, where have you been? We missed you. We're going to continue on with an encore, whether you're talking about Cholesterol, whether, of course, it's our amazing products to help us feel better as we look forward to maybe warmer weather, springtime, the secure meal bars. There's so much from Andrew and ProCaps. So from all of us here in St. Petersburg, thank you for watching. More from Andrew Lessman and ProCaps on the way right